I honestly believe that a character that was built up to be this important should have had more care given to its action figure translation. The face sculpt that they gave us is completely different from what's advertised elsewhere on the package. Like on the mini comic cover here, you see that this guy looks like a heroic Green Lantern, while the guy that you're getting with the action figure looks like a 13-year-old black Shazam. Rulers of the Sun. Okay guys, welcome to the channel. Ken here from Retro Toy Escapades in Malaysia. Today I'm checking out one of the most talked about new inclusions into the world of Masters of the Universe toys, the Sunman action figure. Sunman, the greatest hero of them all. Now, I've mentioned it before in a couple of my other videos, but this is a completely over-the-top and exaggerated statement because there's been no universally accepted backstory so far where it was ever established that there was a character called Sunman who is also the greatest hero of them all. And looking at the expression given to the character's action figure here, you have to wonder, is this all a joke? Is this supposed to be something tongue-in-cheek or is this something serious? You tell me, guys. Also, just what is it exactly that Sunman is looking at here? I mean, he's starting to creep me out, man. Look at that stare. Okay, what is he looking at? All right, is he looking at something with wonder and amazement? Or is he just like frightened for his life? All right, it's like his eyes are popping out of his skull there. You know, what's happening here, guys? I am just struggling to understand why is it the sculptors chose to lock in this particular expression for the figure. Instead of looking heroic, he just looks confused. On the package, you get this huge sticker that says Rulers of the Sun, Sunman. Now, I really do like this sticker on the package and the title fonts that I use for the logo here. It sort of calls back to those really fun B-grade sword and sorcery movies from the 80s. Just really classic stuff from back in the day, like You're the Hunter from the Future. I used to really love the sword and sorcery genre, especially the cheesy B-grade level stuff. And pretty much anything goes in these movies. I used to binge watch on the genre for months at a time. And seeing the series logo for Rulers of the Sun just gives me that same kind of vibe. And I kind of wish that we were talking about a fantasy movie here instead. I kind of feel like the cross-sell for this particular wave is just oozing with just so much raw, unchecked power. You've got He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. You've got Sunman, the greatest hero of them all. You've got the anti-Titania He-Man, the most evil man in the universe. The whole set is oozing with greatness and power. Now the side panels show you how you can dress up your Sunman action figure, and what's interesting is that you can see from the pictures here that this figure comes with all new accessories, stuff that we've never seen before, all new sculpts. So we're going to check these out in just a short while. Now we also get this action shot here on the back of the card of Sunman and He-Man side by side in battle against Skeletor and Sunman's nemesis Pighead. By the way, Pighead is also a new character and most of the planet has never even heard of him. There's no indication though on the package as to who he is or the role that he plays. You're supposed to just come into this thing and know, okay? By the way, okay, so the bio reads, with magical melanin skin, Sunman brings the light, shining brighter on all worlds where all good people unite. Yeah, that whole paragraph, by the way, was about as cheesy as a triple cheeseburger. Before we crack the Sunman figure out, I just wanted to mention that there's something a little bit unique about the plastic bubble this time around. Now, all of the Origins figures come with a standard size plastic bubble holding the figure in, but this time around, the bubble has been expanded to incorporate Sunman's wings. So I guess you could call this special packaging. Now, I gotta admit, once I got Sunman out of the package, I did still feel that rush of excitement at seeing a brand new character to be added to my Origins collection. Now, what's really striking about the Sunman figure once you get him out and see him for yourself is that you realize that he sure is colorful. And this is a character that was legit made in the 1980s, and the 80s were all about colors, just wild, untamed colors. Now, the first thing that you might want to do is to get this giant surfboard that's choking his neck off. By the way, this thing is just super loose. Okay, this large yellow contraption is actually Sunman's plastic wings. They're made out of pretty sturdy, hard plastic, and I think that they look pretty bad. You know, if they went with a softer material, they might have been able to get more detail on this. And also the use of these wings do not even seem to match his appearance on the card artwork and in the mini comic, where you see that the feathers on his wings actually drape all the way down to his back and this actually creates a much better look for the figure. What do you guys think? Now there's a little bit more bad news because it's not only the face sculpt that looks wonky, but so is the neck joint that's holding up his face. Now what is the deal with these head joints on these newer figures? I had the same problem with the Flying Fist He-Man vintage head. That thing was just spinning around like Reagan in The Exorcist. Look, we ain't paying for these dancing heads, guys. Just get it correct. Okay, this isn't supposed to be a bobblehead. Okay. In the center, you get the main chest piece, and this is somewhat visually striking. There's a logo of something that looks like a sun splotch, or a sun explosion. You only get this on the front, nothing on the back. But yeah, it's a pretty striking visual right there in the front. The arms have these red bracelets with a diamond-like icon on them. These look very nice. You also get the diamond-like design on the belt buckle here, but here it's more like in a resting pose, like it's lying down. This floating diamond-like shape, it kind of reminds me of the Leviathan from the Hellraiser movies. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about, horror fans? Yeah, the Leviathan. Anytime I see a floating diamond icon, it's got to be that. Now, all the way at the bottom, Sunman's boots are red and they have a bright yellow star on them. This, my friends, is the look of the Vietnamese flag right there. Yellow star on a red backdrop. That's Vietnam, guys. There's one important thing that I wanted to mention about the chest armor, and this is something new for the line. The armor is actually made up of very hard plastic, and this will remind you in some way of the older vintage figures. Now, this armor drops down from his neck onwards, and it actually fits on him like a tight clip. You might want to be careful with it though, as I feel that it might snap, okay, if you apply too much pressure on it. But either way, I think that this is a fantastic addition, and the high quality of this armor really shows that the figure comes with some premium-like tooling. Onto his accessories, he comes with this large red sword. Now, the sword doesn't really have any detailing on it. It's just one huge red sword, but the design is pretty interesting. It's nothing like we've ever seen before in Origins, and I think that this thing just looks great. What do you guys think? The other thing I was really impressed with was the shield. I really do like the design of this shield. It kind of reminds me of a fruit of some kind though, but the colors are fantastic, and it's very hard. Okay, the plastic is very hard and sturdy, and yeah, you know what, the accessories are just great. And once you get them on him, you can see that the costume overall turned out very well, and all these colors will look great with the rest of your Origins collection once you get them all together. I really do think that the Sunman action figure would have benefited from a more careful introspection of his modern update for 2022. Now, the promotional artwork for the character makes him look so much better and believably heroic. With that flat top haircut, the Hollywood movie star jawline, he practically looks like Jon Stewart from the Green Lantern Corps. However, if you were to place the action figure alongside this promotional image, there is no way that you can tell me that you're looking at the same person here. Also, the line about being the greatest hero of them all, I mean, look, that's just freaking overblown. There's been hundreds, thousands of heroes in pop culture through the eras. How is it that Sunman is the greatest of them all? In the mini-comic that comes with the action figure, there is a brief moment here where Sunman mentions his home planet of Trafixa. Now, I've never actually heard of this being mentioned prior to this, but I would have thought that probably with that being established, perhaps saying that he's Trafixa's greatest hero would make more sense, alright? I mean, it would definitely go down a lot better in terms of plausibility. But something about having that statement there, and with the character design of the action figure looking the way that he did, I couldn't help but just feel that this thing has sort of a more of a parody tone to it, like it's supposed to be a comedy of some kind. I just couldn't help it, and it just made me think of content from the past, okay, superhero content from the past that really focus on an exaggerated comedic tone in order for you to believe what was happening on screen. I'm talking about stuff like the greatest American hero, okay? I mean, you gotta be at least in your 40s to remember this show. Or maybe even something like Meteor Man, alright? This was like in the early 90s. You practically have to be a movie buff, I think, to remember this show. But yeah, there was a movie, a superhero movie with a black superhero called Meteor Man. The other thing I was wondering about is that the Sunman action figure was first announced something like half a year ago when they put up this exclusive figure that came in really nice packaging and that was available for like I think 1 day before it sold out on the Mattel Creations website. Now, this figure has yet to turn up after something like half a year, I believe, right? It was actually already shown in its finished, completed form, but it's not turned up anywhere. Now, my question is just that whose bright idea was it to actually have the regular carded version be released prior to the exclusive? Now, wouldn't all those people that pre-ordered that exclusive and that are still waiting for it, wouldn't they feel a little bit cheated, especially when you can see now clearly that the exclusive only really comes with a few accessories that I think you can probably do without, right? It's got like this sun or fire blast effect, an alternate hand, and it's got an alternate head, which could be a little bit better than what we have now, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Still, the point here being that now that we can see how the carded version of the figure is pretty much good enough to go, I suppose, do you really even still need that exclusive? And is it even going to be something exciting when that thing finally rolls out? Okay, I mean, this is something that I'm just wondering about here because I've never really seen a delay of this magnitude, and it's strange, definitely. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments. Hey guys, so that's the video. That's my look at the Rulers of the Sun Sunman action figure from the new MOTU Origins Wave 8. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think of the figure and what you've seen of him so far. I definitely think that this figure would benefit tremendously from a revised face sculpt. Definitely one with less of an unblinking stare. And yeah, less than a horror movie's interpretation of a voodoo priest. He's a hero. Give him an expression that looks heroic. Okay guys, I'll be looking out for your comments and feedback, and I thank you for joining me again. Catch you all again soon with more content. Take care. My melanin powers will cast a magical shine to thwart all evil swine. Wait, there's something behind me. What hit me? Not fast enough, light bulb. Who dares to attack me? Foolish hero, you shall be the first to fall before the power of Hell's Skull.